Please.
Thank you, Raj Prabhu. Thank you all so much for staying back. We will continue with our Vrindavan Parikrama. We'll seek the blessings of Radha Shyam Sundar, Shri Gaurnitai, Krishna Balaram, Srila Prabhupada, all the Guru Vargas, and Srimati Vrinda Devi. Today we are going to see her, Vrinda Devi, in today's Parikrama. So we'll take all of their blessings so that we can do our parikrama with a perfect mood. So yesterday we saw Badrinath, Kedarnath, and actually day 12, we will like Kedarnath, and we will enter Kamyavan town called as today's Kamai. We'll enter, and day 13 is Kamyavan's interior parikrama. So we'll see till day 13 today. And this is our Kedarnath temple. As I said, there are 270 steps you have to climb if you have to see Kedarnath. And so we saw Kedarnath yesterday. And then, yes, there is Gauri Kund also here. Like we have same Gauri Kund in Himalayas. So same Gauri Kund we have. So Gauri is Parvati. This is the bathing spot of Mother Parvati. And it is also said at Gauri Kund is where she made Ganesh ji from the scum of her body. With that bath powder she made, and she asked Ganesh to guard this place when she was bathing. So that happened at Gauri Kund. And then we are going to beautiful Kamyavan. As we know, there are 12 major forests that we discuss, and Kamyavan is one of the biggest. It's little large. Very nice and beautiful. I personally like Kamyavan a lot. Very nice pastimes, very beautiful place. So, see, very beautiful village. So in Adivaraha Purana, it says that Kamyavan has 640 million tears because people come here and they cry. Kama is desire, right? Kamyavan. Some say Kaman, Kamyavan. So it will fulfill all our desires. And in Vraja, actually here there are so many, there are 84 ponds, 84 lakes, 84 pillars, 84 temples. 84 pillars, we'll see Chaurasi Kamba. So this place is it's having lots of interesting place and extreme forest. Sorry. Yes, so this Kamyavan hill is owned by Krishna's mother's father. Yashoda mother's father, Sumukha Gopa, used to reside here, and Krishna used to come to this place, bring the cows, cowherd boys. And then the place we will go now is Charan Pahadi. So Charan Pahadi is what happens. Krishna comes here and he used to play his fifth note. Of all the notes that Krishna plays, fifth note is very special. So because of the fifth note, in fact, the Vrajavasis would say, oh, Krishna, just don't play your fifth note. We have we have a lot of work to do. We cannot stop in between. And when you start playing, we cannot control, like we just come. But Krishna used to play it so enchanting. And when he plays, solid used to become liquid, liquid used to become solid. So, and the stones used to melt. So even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited this place. All our acharyas come here to take the dust of Krishna's feet. And so this is Charan Pahadi. Because his potency. This is Krishna's. Oh, okay, I don't know if it is clear. If you see here, see, this is the soul of Krishna. This is the foot, basically. Foot of Krishna. If we go to this temple, we can see all the footprints. This is the temple. It's very beautiful, like a lot of steps. Charanpahadi temple in Kamyavan, you have to come. This is the temple. And so much rocks. See, even the they used to eat in bowls. Those impressions are also there. Bowls are there on these rocks. We'll see a video. In that video, it's very clear. We have the deities of Radha Krishna here. And we will also see, as we are coming, this Gaya Kund, like today's, like the where they do oblations to the forefathers. It's there in Bihar, but it's also there in Vrindavan. As we discussed yesterday, even Narayana Bhatta Goswami mentions that Vrindavan has everything: Kedarnath, Badrinath, Gaya Kund. So here, what happens near Gayakund, even in Kamyavan, we'll see Gopinath, Govindadev, and Madan Mohan. So Gopinath, we have discussed that because of the Mughals attack from Vrindavan, they came to Radhakund, and from Radhakund, they stayed here in Kamyavan for 3 days and 3 nights. And from Kamyavan, they were moved to Jaipur. So we will see Gopinath temple and the famous Govindadev temple are there in this Kamyavan, even Madan Mohan. So in this Gayakund, what happens? They come here and they offer oblations. Recently, just last week, one of my devotee friend, she went to Vrindavan, and I asked, like, where are you? She said, I am at Gayakund. I came to offer oblations for my ancestors. So it is also said in this Gopinath temple, there is one big snake that always lives here, but normal people, like, we cannot see, but it is said that this Seshnag is protecting the temple, and Gayakund has all many mysterious pastimes that Prabhuji there explains. And also Gopinath, there is one sweet pastime that is Grace Dinabandhu Prabhuji explains that Gopinath one time goes to steal butter. And when he goes to steal butter, uh, the household, that lady catches, like, oh, Gopinath, see, you are stealing butter. And then Gopinath will be saying, no, 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 I will leave now. Let me go. But that lady says, no, the punishment is you have to agree to stay back here in Kamyavan. So that's why if we see Gopinath's temple also, the ambience looks like a house. This is the temple, Gopinath temple. So when we go to Gayakund, Gopinath temple is closed. And then we have, this is a temple. It's a Gayakund. And then we'll see Charan Pahadi, and we'll go forward. When we go forward, we'll have His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj explained in his book about this kund called Luka Luki Kund. So what happens, Radha and Krishna plays their hide and seek here. And sometimes when they play, like when they're swimming or playing in this kund, Krishna goes underwater and pull the legs of gopis, and he'll kind of tease. And in this Luka Luka Kund, Maharaj mentions a beautiful reflection. That is what happens one time. Radharani will hide. She'll hide. She doesn't want Krishna to know where she is. And even she'll tell to everybody, her friends, like, if Shyama, like Krishna is searching for me, don't reveal where I am. So she will go and hide. But Krishna will find her. And she'll ask, how did you find me, Krishna? Did any of the gopis reveal my place? How did you find me? Then Krishna will say, no, the gopis didn't reveal, but these creepers and these vines have revealed. And basically, when they looked at the creepers and the leaves, it looks like a pointed, like turning towards Radharani. They were like that. That's twisted. So Maharaj explains many times in our life also, like, we don't realize that Guru is there, and we are in search of search, like, what next. Then when we are searching for that bhakti, that pure bhakti in our Krishna conscious life, then Guru will come, that creeper, like Guru, like how the creeper showed the path, Guru will show the path, saying, like, do this, go like this. If you go like this, then you'll get that bhakti lata bij in your heart. So Maharaj gives that reflection. So when he says that when we come to this Lukluki Kund, I couldn't find any picture, but that should be our prayer, like to show us the path to reach that ultimate bhakti which Radharani has. So then we are entering the Kaman town. Actually, Kamyavan, if you want to go from Vrindavan, it will take 2 hours. It's in car, Vrindavan town to Kaman town, it will take 2 hours. So when you come, we'll see all these places today, interior Parikrama. If you remember, in Govardhan, we were at Surya Kund. We were seeing the samadhi of that Babaji, where Radharani came, and he was not knowing how the mantra has to be chanted. And then he will go to a sage who is in Kamyavan. First, he'll go to a sage who is in Govardhan. He cannot tell him the instructions. So he will say, go to Jai Krishnadas Babaji in Kamyavan. So in Kamyavan, the most important place is Bimal Kund, or some say Vimal Kund. B and V, there is always some confusion. So Bimalkund or Vimalkund. So if you come here, we will see the Samadhi temple of that Siddha Jai Krishnadas Babaji. And what happened was there is a Gopal deity here. This is the Gopal deity in this temple, in this kutir. What happened one day, a very old lady comes to this kutir, to this Jai Krishnadas Babaji, and she says, please take this Gopalji. And just like Sanatan Goswami, Madan Mohan DT was given to him, and he says, how can I take care of him? I myself don't have food and I do madhukari. So he will also say, I'm very old and how can I serve them? And he replied that I have nothing here. How can I serve? So, but she kept in his hand and she left the place. But that night she comes in the dream and she says, I am Vrinda Devi and I only gave this. And this Babaji, after that lady left, he kept on thinking, how am I going to do? Like, what should I do? But then she came and she said, you please take care and I will arrange everything for you. For the service, I will arrange. So you please take it. And every single day she would send from the local Vrajavasis would come and hand over everything that is needed to take care of this Gopalji deity. And we'll still see that Gopalji deity here of Jai Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj. So this is the temple and we have these deities. So when I went to Bimalkund, I didn't know that this place was there, so I couldn't see. If anybody else is going next time, please make sure, like around Bimalkund, there are so many places actually. Samadhis are there, so many temples are there. And then we'll come to Bimalkund. So very, very interesting story. See, near Bimalkund, even this Balaramji's temple is there. So according to the Pujari, what happens, one time Balaramji was sitting here and Yashoda Maya will come and ask, like, where is Krishna? And Balramji says he's a Charan Pahadi. Just now we have seen he's a Charan Pahadi with his friends and he didn't even inform me that he's going there. So I don't want to go anywhere else. I am only sitting here. I'll just sit here. I'll not go anywhere. So this is the same place where he's sitting and we'll see this Titi Dauji temple. Actually, this is around Bimalkund, and from this altar, we have a passage to go to Bimalkund. So now what is this Bimalkund? What happened? So what happened was today's Pakistan, I think Sindhi, today's Pakistan, there was one king called Bimal Dev. And he had 1 lakh wives. You know why he married 1 lakh wife? To have a son. And then, but he never had a son. He just had 10 million daughters. He was sad for that. And one time, sage Yajnavalkya visits his palace. And when Yajnavalkya visited, Yajnavalkya will ask, like, you look very, you don't look very happy. You look little sad. So, what's the reason? And Yajnavalkya mentions, like, I don't have a son, that's why I'm feeling bad. But then Yajnavalkya will say, now I'll tell you one suggestion for like hearing which you will feel very happy, that you will not even feel sad that you have daughters and no son. He'll say, like, you Krishna is in Mathura, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Get all your daughters married to Krishna. If you get married, then you will not have the feeling that you don't have a son. You will get much, much more benefit than having a son. So just get all the daughters married to Krishna. And then he will tell how Krishna looks like, his identification, and he'll say he's in Mathura, just go. So Bimal Dev will send his assistant to Mathura. And then he keeps inquiring and nobody's answering, nobody's telling about Krishna. And then one person, he comes and tells, like, why are you asking about Krishna? This is the place of Kamsa. And he gets very mad if he hears about Krishna. And then he'll tell, like, maybe you just go that side near Yamuna or towards Gokul. So this person will go towards Gokul, and then he sees Krishna actually on the banks of Yamuna. But then as per description of the sage, he should have 4 hands. Everything was matching, but the 4 hands was not matching. He gets confused and he will go back to his king. Then Narada Muni that time comes and he will say, no, you saw the right person. He is none other than Krishna. So again, he'll go back. And this time Krishna was busy. He was not coming out of the house, and he was just waiting outside. And sometimes he was busy with the cows, sometimes he's busy with Yashoda Maya. So he was just waiting. This assistant kept on waiting. And finally, Krishna comes outside, and this assistant will say the purpose of his visit. And Krishna immediately will go with that assistant to this king's palace, and he will marry all the 10 million daughters, and he'll bring all of them to this place. And when they were doing dance like Rasa Leela, they're performing the Leela pastime, then all these 10 million wives will become like so ecstatic, and they were crying because they were feeling so grateful for what they received. And with that love and bhakti towards Krishna, they were crying. And with their tears, this kund has formed, Bimal Kund. And uh, we were discussing at Mansi Ganga on the day of Diwali. They lit lights around Mansi Ganga. And here the next day after Diwali, whole Bimal Kund, they arranged a lot of diyas. They offered diyas at this place. And after this incident has happened, Bimal Dev is actually liberated. A golden chariot will come and take him back. So this kund, it is said that if you take bath in this kund, it is equal to taking bath 7 times at Pushkar Lake. So Bimal Kund ki jai. We will see Bimla Devi's picture also around. As I said, so many temples are there surrounding this ghat, Bimal Kund. So I think I forgot to paste the picture. I'll show you tomorrow. So this temple is there, and this temple is also there. These deities are there. Now we will come to Govindadev temple, very famous in Kamyavan. Actually, when we are coming on the way to Govindadev temple, we'll see one Vallabhacharya's, I think, Pushti Marga temple. And Vallabhacharya was having 5 or 7 deities of Krishna, and he had 7 sons, I think. So all the deities are like height order, little bigger, they go in decreasing order. So according, like first son gets the taller one, the second son gets little shorter one. So like that, he distributed the deities to his sons. And it's called Gokul Chandraman temple, and very strict, no pictures, and you can't even point out fingers to the deities, like this deity is beautiful or their dress is beautiful. They're very strict, they don't let you point also. Some temples are very strict. What happened this summer when I went to India, I said I have been to Vrindavan for 5 days. I took my mother. For the first time she is coming, and she didn't know. We went to Radha Raman temple, and there is Gopal Bhatta Goswami Samadhi Mandir behind. So we just went to take darshan, and I also didn't realize what she was doing. I was just praying, and accidentally, like in that temple, there are a lot of flowers kept in plates. I think they're making garlands or using for deity service. So she didn't know. She was like any other regular temple they're used to go to India, they just take flowers and as prasad, right? So by the time I realized, she was about to keep her hand in that plate to take flower, thinking maybe that somebody left and she can just keep it in her hair. And suddenly from nowhere, one Prabhuji came and he was screaming, like, how can you touch? You can't touch. This is then by hearing the scream only, I turned behind, like what was happening. Then he was like, very initially for first 3-4 minutes he was very angry, like, you cannot contaminate the flower. Then I was explaining, like, sorry, she didn't know. And he kind of calmed down and he said, oh, you want some flowers, and you take these flowers. So kind of the first time I saw how strictly they do deity worship. I have heard but never seen. Then like my mom was little almost in tears. She didn't know that, but yeah, some temples very strict. And so then we are from there, we will come to this Govindadev temple. This is the entrance, and in the center of the courtyard there is a Shivalinga also being worshipped under a tree. Here there's a Shivling, and these are the deities of Govindadev. And she is the very special deity in this temple is Vrindadevi. She is Vrindadevi. So what happened? So this Vrinda Devi deity was carved 5,000 years back, like when Vajrana was bringing all the was under the assistance of Uttara Vishwakarma. was carving all these deities. So Vajranab, during that time, 5,000 years ago, only this deity was carved. He got it done. But 4,000, like this deity is almost lost. What happened? Rupa Goswami gets a dream saying that Vrinda Devi herself comes in the dream and says, I am at Brahmakund. Please take me out. So Rupa Goswami goes to Brahmakund in Vrindavan, not on Govardhan. He will go there and he will excavate this deity and he'll find Vrinda Devi and they will start worshipping her along with Govinda Dev in Govinda Dev temple. And when Aurangzeb was doing all these attacks, actually there was one assistant of in Aurangzeb's courtyard. He was a friend of some pujari here in Govinda Dev temple. So he gave a clue that Aurangzeb is going to attack. Then Govinda Dev deities and Vrinda Devi deity, they hid under a lake. And for almost 18 days, they were under the lake. And the soldiers of Aurangzeb came and destroyed the temple. The lake is no more existing. It's called Govinda Kund. As old as Indradimna Maharaj explained in one of his lecture, I think it's called Govinda Kund, but that lake is not there anymore. And they also came to know that these deities have been hidden under the lake. So again, they're coming to take these deities. So there was one mahant, like one pujari, Anantacharya. Yes, Anantacharya. So what will he do? He will understand, like, they're going to come. So that was a very cold night and he pretended as if he was helping those soldiers to be warm. And in that coal, he adds, I forgot the name, but he adds some powder, which and because of that powder, all the soldiers who came to find these deities, they fell into sleep. And that night they will dive into the lake, take these deities, and then they will take to Kamyavan. They'll hide them here in Kamyavan. And after 3 days and 3 nights, when they are being transferred to Jaipur, Vrinda Devi was not coming. And then she comes, I think, in the dream of the pujari and says it was so hard. She was not coming. She was just stuck like that and they were not able to take. And then she says, Krishna is the master of Vrindavan. He can go anywhere. He can go, he can come back. He can do anything. But I am his devotee. I don't want to leave Vrindavan. If I leave Vrindavan, what is the hope of other devotees? So I don't want to leave Vrindavan. Please, I want to stay back. Don't take me. So she requests, and that is why Vrinda Devi is still, like, this is the original deity 5,000 years back. It's not Pratibhu. She stayed back here in Govinda Dev temple at Kamyavan. And we will see Gaurnitai deities and Jagannath also. And if you see these Gaurnitai, see his hands are like this. So when the deities' hands are like this, like dancing position, and like when they're raising their hands, that means they are very like merciful, like giving mercy. But when his hands are like this, that means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, I'm giving you all the mercy, please take it, please accept it. So he's requesting us to take the mercy that he has given. So these merciful deities are also at Radha Govinda Dev temple at Kamyavan. And then we'll go to Chaurasi Kamba. We have just seen 84 pillars are there in Kamyavan. So this doesn't have any idols or any deities in Chaurasi Kamba, but there are 84 pillars, and it basically resembles the 84 pillars of Gokul. In Gokul also there is Chaurasi Kamba. Nanda Bhavan in Gokul also has 84 pillars. And it is said that these 84 pillars, if you try to count, you can see so many articles, Times of India, they all write like mysterious Chaurasi Kamba in Rajasthan. They say like 84, you will not be able to count. You will miss 1 or 2. There's always a wrong counting. How much you try also, you cannot count. But there are 84 pillars, and each pillar design, the architect of each design is different. They don't match each other. And this was a sitting place. Like Nanda Maharaj used to have 2-3 places where he used to sit and just talk with Vrajavasis, and just talking place. They used to sit here, and Nanda Maharaj's that throne where he sits is there. He used to keep Krishna on one lap, Balaram on other lap, and then they used to talk, and Krishna used to play here. And it is said that if like 84 lakh species are there, right? It says that the soul has to go through this 84 lakh species. So 84 pillars, if you circumambulate, you don't have to go through these 84 lakh species. So each pillar is representing, like basically it gets you rid of 1 lakh species. So that is Chaurasi Kamba. And then we have Kameshwar Mahadev here in Kamyavan. So this is how it looks, and this is when it is decorated, when Kameshwar Mahadev is decorated. And this is the Kameshwar deity where Mother Kirtida, the mother of Radharani, has worshipped Shiva and requested for kids. And then she had Sri Ram, then Radharani, then Ananga Manjari. So Kameshwar Mahadev is said to be very merciful. Like he just fulfills all your desires. Like you can go and pray, like if we want a bhakti or anything, like we can just ask him. He's very kind. That's what it is says. It is said that Shiva worshippers, though he's very poor, Shiva is like, he looks very poor, right? He doesn't look opulent, but he gives very opulent boons to everybody. He's so kind. But Vishnu worshippers, Vishnu is very opulent, but apparently Vishnu worshippers look poor materially. So, and behind this one small path, because after the Abhishek, the water goes, so the stream of water goes. So behind this linga, there is that small path kind of thing. And when they're circumambulating, usually we go in a circular path, but here we don't go because we don't want to cross Ganga. That's why they'll go here and then they'll come back and then they'll go like this. They don't cross over Ganga, that water, Ganga water, Abhishek water. And then because Pandava stayed here in Kamyavan, we have a temple of it's called Panchapandava Tirtha, Panchapandava temple. We have it here. And the Pandavas are there. And then we have Varaha deity also here, and Bhumi Mata, Varaha and Bhumi Mata's deity. And this is Vaman Dev. See? And here at Panchapandava temple and Kameshwar Mahadev, we see all these deities. Actually, it is said that these Shivalingas belong to one Brahmin, and see, they're in a height order. One is taller, then this is short, and this is a shortest. So it's said that each linga represents one yuga. And there is one Brahmana from Calcutta. He was kind of donating and trying to reconstruct all these, especially this place. He was the one who did all the work and reconstructed. So if you see Vaman, their hand is little broken. So they're repairing. And this is also Shivling. It has, like how Chakleshwar Mahadev, we see 5 Shivlings, and on Govardhan and Chakleshwar Mahadev, they say 5 Shilas represent, so 5 Lingas represent 5 faces. Here also, the Shivling has 1, 2, 3, and there is one face behind. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 is behind. So when we go to Panchapandava Tirth, Panchapandava temple, Varahadev temple, we'll see all these too. We can see all at a time. And then, okay. So here, there are some pastimes. One more pastime we will see. There is Ashoka Vatika also here. Ashoka Vatika is there, where in our little Krishna pastime we will see one time Krishna was sitting, and then like in Kamyavan, Radharani, Krishna, they were all sitting, and one monkey just comes and offer obeisances to Krishna, and the conversation starts like that. And Krishna says, yes, I was Lord Ram in my last life. I was the son of Dasharath, and they will not believe. That is when Krishna builds that bridge. So we have that also here. Setu Bandhu is there. Ashoka Vatika is there. Ashoka Vatika now doesn't have a lot of gardens, but there is some small plants and little small puddles, like lot of water is there, and small plants are there. Ashoka Vatika, that is called as Ashoka Vatika, Setu Bandhu, and this Dharmakund. Dharmakund is when One time Pandavas were staying in Kamyavan. What happens? There was one Brahmana. He wanted to make fire to cook with the they used to make with arni sticks, and then a deer. Those sticks got stuck in deer's antlers. So then the deer starts running, and Arjuna chases the deer, and all the other four like Nakul, Sahadev, Bhim, they all will follow. None of them were able to catch the deer, and the deer comes to this kund. It is said that the deer was none other than Dharmaraj, and he wanted to test the Pandavas, and they were not supposed to drink what most famous pastime. They were not supposed to drink water unless and until they answered the question. None of them they drank the water, and they all kind of fell dead. Then Yudhishthir Maharaj will come searching what happened to my brothers, and then he will see all of them were dead. And then Dharmaraj, who is disguised, he will talk and he will ask the questions, and Yudhishthir Maharaj answers everything. And then Dharmaraj will ask, like the disguised Dharmaraj will ask, now I give you a boon. You can pick one of your four brothers. I will bring them back to life. And he picks Madri's son, Nakul. I think Nakula. Yeah. So then he will ask, like, why did you choose him? Then he says, we three are born to Mother Kunti, and they both were born to Mother Madri. So a representative of my mother, I am there. So Madri also should have somebody, and that's why I saved. So Dharmaraj was very impressed by his nature, and he will bring all the four brothers back to life. So that also happened here at Kamyavan. This place Dharamkund. And then at Bimal Kund, I forgot one more pastime. Durvasa Muni with his 60,000 disciples, knowing that Pandavas are in Kamyavan, he will come to this place. That was also a plotted by Duryodhan. He will think like, okay, Durvasa Muni, we can send Durvasa Muni there. And Durvasa Muni gets angry very fastly. And these Pandavas are very poor now. They cannot host him very properly. So then he'll get angry and curse. So that was the plot that Duryodhan did, and he only will send Durvasa Muni. My brothers are there. They will, take nice care of you. Just go to Kamyavan, and Durvasa Muni will come. He will say, I'll just go take bath and come, and then you meanwhile prepare the food. So he will come to this Bimal Kund, and then there at Pandavas where they're staying, Draupadi was feeling so sad. Now what should I do? Akshay Patra is also washed and kept. Before like Akshay Patra, once it is washed for the day, no more food. But before washing, then it gives enormous amount of food. So she's feeling very sad, and that is when Krishna will come, and Krishna will say, I'm hungry, can you give me something? And she'll cry saying like, oh, you're also asking for food. And she'll say the problem, like, Durvasa Muni has come with his disciples, now how will I feed? Then Krishna, he will say that, can you look at the pot? Just look at the pot. If there is even a minute particle of food, like, you're good. So then when she looks at the pot, there is one small, very, very small spinach, still clinging to the pot. So Krishna said that means the pot is not fully cleaned yet, so you can get food. And then that's when Durvasa Muni, what happened? No. Krishna, sorry, that little spinach he eats, and then Krishna is like full, like completely satisfied. And Krishna is completely satisfied, immediately Durvasa Muni will not feel hunger, because he is completely satisfied. He is the complete. And then Durvasa Muni is like, his stomach start feeling heavy, and he doesn't feel hungry at all. That is when Bhima will come to this kund, and he will say, oh, Durvasa Muni, are you all ready? Food is ready, just come. And then Durvasa Muni will say, no, I'm not hungry, I feel satisfied, I am full. But Bhima will say, no, come, so much of preparation is there, just come. But then Durvasa Muni will say, no, I'm full, and he just runs away with all his disciples. So that's how Krishna saves Pandavas here at Kamyavan. So those are the pastimes that happened at Bimal Kund. And the exterior parikrama we will see tomorrow. We'll end it here. We'll see some videos. Thank you all so much. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Kamyavan ki jai. If there are any corrections or anything you want to add, you can.